SQA Higher Marks 2017, Paper 2, question number 6. Solve 5 sin x minus 4 equals 2 cos 2x for x greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 2 pi. So you need to remember you're working in radians here. This is for 5 marks. 7-8 minutes for this question. You need to expand the cos 2x. Because you have a sin x, you need to use the term in cos 2x which has just sin x in it, which is cos 2x is equal to 1 minus 2 sin squared x. That's one of the terms. That's the one you're going to use. There's also cos 2x is equal to cos squared x minus sin squared x. There is also cos 2x is equal to 2 cos squared x minus 1. So because this is the only one which just has sin, that's the one you have to use here. So you got 5 sin x there. So that means that 5 sin x minus 4 minus 2, and you're replacing the cos 2x by this 1 minus 2 sin squared x. I won't leave that 2, keep it on the other side just now, so just leave that as an equals and then I'll bring it over. So you got your minus 4, that equals 2 times the cos 2x term which we've got here. Okay, so that means that 5 sin x minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 4 sin squared x. Now you bring everything to the right hand side. So that means that 4 sin squared x plus 5 sin x minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6, that equals 0. Now you need to factorize it. So you're looking for factors of 6 and 4, etc. So you need to find the terms which would give you 5 sin x in the middle. Let's try. So you want 2 sin x. Let's try 2 sin x. 2 sin x on this side. 2 sin x there equals 0. So we put a 3 here, that will give you 6, take away 2, will give you 4, so that's not going to work. So what you need is 4 and 1, that's going to work. We need 4 on this side, I can see that working. So you got sin x on this side, and you got 4 sin x here. Now, if you put the 2 here, plus 2, that's going to multiply with this to give you 8 sin x, and this putting the 3 here would take the 3 sin x away. So what you have here now is minus 3 multiplies with this sin x to give you minus 3 sin x. The 4 sin x multiplies with that 2 to give you 8 sin x. Adding these gives you the middle term, required term, which is 5 sin x. So that shows you that it's correct. Minus 3 times plus 2 gives you minus 6, and 4 times 1 gives you the 4 sin squared x. So that's fine. Okay, so that works. So just change this S, make it look like an S. Okay, so that's just a sin x there. Okay. Now, there's 2 ways that this can be 0. 4 sin x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means that 4 sin x is 3, which means that sin x is 3 over 4. and x is shift sine of 3/4. That goes into your calculator. Sine is positive in the first and second quadrant. You need to change your angles into radians. You need to use radians here. So you need to make sure you change your calculator to radian mode. Shift sine 3/4. That gives you 0.0848, which is 0.85. And then the other x value you're going to have, because sine is positive in the first quadrant, 0.85 would be there. 0.85 is also going to be here. So this would be pi minus 0.85. That's your second value. So that gives you 2.29. That's your two values. So x is equal to 0.85 and 2.29. Now your other side here, the sine x plus 2 equals 0. That means the sine x is minus 2. Sine x, if you look at the sine x curve, is greater than or equal to minus 1 and less than or equal to 1. So there is no solution. No solution for this part. Okay, so this is your only solution. For your sine curve, your maximum is 1, minimum is minus 1. There's no sine curve at minus 2. Minus 2 would be down here somewhere. The sine curve doesn't go as far back down as that. So that is your solution for 5 marks.